Now we're in the district of Poznań called Wilda, and this has a reputation still as being somewhat dangerous. I don't know that it's really justified. I think, you know, maybe 20, 30 years ago, something, you know, I think it's probably fine, but I really don't know this area that well. And it's about 5 p.m., so some things might be closing, so just because it's, you know, around that time. But there was something particularly interesting that I realized was here, so that's what I'm going to show you right now. Apteka doesn't look like anything too strange, but this is Apteka Pod. So what that means is a pharmacy under which is actually the crown. But right now it's a little scary being near Apteka Pod. So we're gonna see what else there is around Wilda. And I don't know, I think like the areas of town that I was more familiar with, you know, I was more just paying attention to what's going on with. I just really don't know this part of town well, so I'm almost kind of reverting to a, you know, maybe standard kind of walking around, just seeing what we can find. But I think there were some interesting things if we go this way. There isn't really too much time left before the sun goes down. Yeah, there's someone doing something under here. I don't know what that statue's about. But yeah, I think this is the Rynek Wildecki. So they have, I don't think really anyone's here right now. And Rynek Wildecki, like I said, there were still people. But I think I see a couple things out. We can go over there and investigate and see if there's anyone selling anything. I really imagine there's fewer people here just because of concern with exchanging currency and things. Yeah, this looks really, really empty. Just a couple people selling a little bit of fruit. I love this photo of this cat. It's, I think, exactly what my cats think they are. They have this, it looks like a little wild animal chewing on a stick. So definitely respect to the pet store Sonia. So come here if you want to feed your cat some food. They'll make it start acting like that. Of course, Poland is a very Catholic country, so one of the things you'll see sometimes, usually more around the smaller areas, but sometimes the cities, these types of little, I don't even know really what the right word, like a kind of little chapel or something. And we have the statue of Jesus in there, and sometimes you see people leaving flowers on them. This is what the streets look like around here. And yeah, just a little over an hour ago, there were a lot of people out. So I guess it really is kind of like, you know, maybe people are working and doing some stuff and they're not, I don't know, I'm not really sure, but basically there's a decent amount of people out earlier in the day, and then come sunset, people start to go back inside.
Hello, I am Medusa from Poland. This is my new friend, and wait for a new video with this guy.
Ran into this guy, he's a YouTuber, very experienced, knows what he's doing, so this is a great, you know, and so we'll be in touch. And
I have very bad English, but musicie czekać na nowe filmy.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure your English will be perfect when we go to Dallas together or something, so.
Yeah.
Oh, they were really nice. That was a real big surprise. I met the guy, and he has 1.2 million subscribers, and he gave me a couple tips, so that was really cool. Today is April 4th, and I decided to go back to Wilda because I realized I really only explored a small corner. When I was here a couple weeks ago, I was just mostly, and you know, I explored Dębiec much more thoroughly, and I figured this deserves a little bit more. And I've kind of passed through a couple areas around here incidentally, and I saw there were definitely some other interesting things to check out. So we're going to look around the area a little more, and you know, now it's kind of a different era. Things are changing so quickly, and the, you know, what the So, you know, 2 weeks later, it just makes a huge difference. And I definitely see fewer people here than I did back then. So we're going to take a look around. We're south of Wilda, which is where we were before. So there's some kind of interesting mall with horrible architecture that we're going to find. And I think we're very close to it. Looks like over here, somewhere back there, there's looks like a burned out tram. It doesn't look just old, it looks really, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what this area is. Some tires. There's definitely a different flavor to this neighborhood than a lot of the rest of Poznań. I mean, some of Dębiec kind of had some of this feel too, but I think there's some treasures to be found here. I think after the whole is over, I think this is gonna warrant a much more thorough exploration. Yeah, what is this area? I don't know. There's this mall that I'm looking for is coming up really close, so it's right next to this mall. I think we get a better view of it from here. So I think this is some tram depot. I'm not really sure. There isn't really that much there. It looks like over there's something to wash the trams. And this is the thing we were looking at before from a different angle. So we're gonna walk this way. I think that the mall is on the side, but you really need a front view of it to see what I'm getting at. So this is what I like to see. So objectively speaking, it's maybe not as pretty as Poznań or Stary Brovar or any places like that. And it's tacky, but I don't know, there's a certain character to it. So we're gonna go inside. I think it's open. We'll see what we can find in there, and just to get kind of a general view of the area. All right, so time to go inside. I think it's probably possible. It looks okay. Yeah, fortunately there's no door handles. It'll open automatically, so I don't need to worry about anything. Looks like, I think, yeah, they're having reduced hours, I believe. 21 people allowed in at most. So I think this mall is kind of small. Haven't been to this one before. It looks like there's a line here for a Piotr Paweł, unlike in Avenida where there was almost nothing. There's Rossmann, of course, is open. That's pretty popular everywhere. And not too long ago, all these health and beauty type stores were all still open, and then they're closed right now. This is quite a bit of a line, so yeah, Apteka is open, of course, as it is everywhere. And I guess there's a second floor here. I wonder what's there. It looks like, unfortunately, we can't go up there and it's roped off, so I'd rather go to an empty grocery store, so we're gonna, yeah, I wish I could go there and check it out, but anyways, yeah, we'll go, we'll check out the rest of Wilda and see what else we can find, but I think that Piotr Paweł is a bit too crowded for me right now. If you live in this part of Wilda, you can learn English very quickly. That says Quick English. So we're heading south from Wilda in the direction of Dębiec. We're not going to go to Dębiec today, but there's this building here. I don't know if it's a building or house or what it is exactly, but it seems to be entirely abandoned. If anyone can tell me what's in there, I'm kind of curious. There's really no way in there. And right over here is a hospital, and I think that might also be part of the hospital. But it just looks like there's kind of this abandoned building right on the main street, right in front of there, and I don't know what it's doing, so if anyone can tell me, I'd really appreciate it. And, well, yeah, there are definitely a lot of ambulances here, which is no surprise because we have the hospital there. But I understand there's some kind of interesting industrial-looking sites if we keep walking in this direction. So this is what a Polish hospital can look like. So that's Hospital Centrum Medicine, HCP. I think that stands for something over that way south. I forget what exactly. I think something with the region we're in. And it's on the street Święto Jana Pawła II. So that's Saint John Paul II, the recent pope. Sign of the times. If you look on the ground, you got leaves, discarded cigarette butts, and of course discarded glove. I'm sure there's probably going to be a lot of these littered around as time goes on. And to one up the glove, we have even a mask down here. So definitely not the sort of thing you would typically. Yeah, then we have another glove. So definitely a sign of the times. So I think this explains what the hospital name was named after. H. Cegielski Poznanska. And this looks like some factory or industrial area. We have some sort of locomotive looking thing over here, and I'm kind of worried about going here if I'm going to be going, but there's no actual security. Of course it says that I'm going to be monitored, but yeah, what is back here? I guess it's probably shut down. Well, we'll just get kind of a little look. Well, there's an interesting mural on that side. I wonder if we can find another way to look at that. Didn't want me to go any further past, but we can at least get a good look at the mural right here. So there's this area. So we're gonna head out. Dziękuję, do widzenia. Yeah, it looked like it was kind of not being guarded, but I think, and it looked pretty empty, but I think they're still making sure that no one's up to any mischief, so that's good. And I think, yeah, if we look, I'm kind of, the sun's getting in the way, but I think there's some more of an industrial complex over here. And I see absolutely nobody except for one guy on a bike over there. I wonder what this is. It's like maybe, I think it's a passageway, yeah, to go from one side to the other maybe? I'm not sure. See, I see something to climb up there. I'm not gonna climb it because, I don't know, if there were no one here, maybe I would actually, but now it's probably a bad idea. I don't want to piss off that guy back there. He was nice enough to let me take a picture of the mural. Well, that's an interesting little door, because we have this big industrial thing right here, and yeah, okay. And over here it looks like we have some sort of gym, some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I assume that is not operating right now. Yeah, I guess we can look around here. I really doubt it's open though. But the gate seems to be open, so it's got the Incredible Hulk. So in southern Wilda, this is where you can go and learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And this is a ghost town. There is nobody. I see some parked cars. There's no sign of life at all. I don't even see anyone on a bike. No person within sight, just an occasional car going by. And it's actually a very nice day on Saturday. So definitely there are more people that are staying in now. I think we're at the southern border of Wilda, northern border of Dębiec. I'm not sure which one we're in actually, but this really looks more like Dębiec, where you have the, this is probably closed long before, and just kind of this general feel of these types of shops. So I'm not going to go any further there just because we're kind of on the topic of Wilda right now. But I think we're going to head back north and see if there's anything else we can find. But I kind of get the feeling we got this industrial area I just walked through, and then it seems to be kind of changing to like a couple empty shops that have been empty for a really long time. So we're going to go back that way, and I know there's a big park that I've heard of but never actually been to. It's probably closed because they closed all the parks now. This is at the bus stop, Sojinia Porodnik Anti. So it's everyday anti-tips. It's an empty tram at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. This is the first time I've ever seen this. This restaurant, of course, it's closed, but it looked like it'd be very cute in the, non time. Especially got this animal made out of the log and everything. It's like a deer or something. I don't know. It's totally adorable though. It's Grill Stodoła in Wilda. Just showing how preoccupied I think I am and everyone is with the, I see Crow-Med, and of course I just incorrectly read it in my mind as Crow-Med. Of course that's not what they mean. And I decided we're gonna go back a little kind of off the main street in Wilda. We're gonna look around one of the neighborhoods because I saw what looks like an interesting church up ahead. So we're gonna check that area out and see what we can find. Without any more context, playing this video, you might think that everything is right with the world. There's peaceful noise of birds chirping. It's a sunny day, it's starting to flower, it's becoming spring, but then there aren't people. And there's something in the air. So, if anything, to me, that kind of makes it scarier. That, and of course there's cars, but no one wanting to venture outside. So the birds, they don't have a care in the world. Or at least this particular isn't going to hurt them. So we're almost at this church, so let's check this out. So we have, it looks like a little miniature park, and I think that might be the main building for the church over there. I'm not sure what this is. This is definitely what I could see from the distance. And it looks like there might be some sort of overlook ahead. Some pigeons collecting over there. So, woman and a child, she's wearing a mask. Yeah, as we know before, pigeons don't have a care in the world. And I wonder, what is this? What is the rock in this? What's that all about? If anyone can explain that to me, please leave it in the comments, because I'm really quite confused. Oh. Kid coming to attack the pigeons with a stick. Pigeons being smart enough to fly away. Yeah, I'm sure that that child has no real understanding of what's going on right now. It just kind of even reminds me, when I was younger, there was a fall of the Berlin Wall. I guess that was in, yeah, I wasn't even 10 yet at the time. And my dad was really wanting to watch like the news and see what's going on, and I had no real conception at the time of what that meant. And for me, it just didn't really register. Yeah, so we don't want to go any further. And there, so you have a couple people in the church, some priests, I think. There's a statue, but yeah, look, there's some sort of thing there with something. Yeah, it says not to touch any hands. So we're gonna try to walk past here, and if they yell at me to stop, I'm gonna stop, because I'm not sure what that means exactly. Maybe it means, okay, well, no one is yelling at me yet. But it looks like, yeah, I guess the church is open. There's probably like a few people allowed inside. And what we have, some sort of overview. I think that might be the Rataya district in the distance. I don't know, I wonder what that building down there is. So we see some big apartment block buildings really in the distance. And I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, probably that thing with the hand. That's, in the Catholic Mass, you do this thing where you shake people's hands as like offering of peace. And maybe that's what they're saying not to do, which is a very good idea not to do that. So I'm glad that they're having some control over this issue. And it looks like we have a statue here too. Okay, so what is this? This looks like some sort of monk. There are a lot of very interesting statues, a lot of very interesting religious statues in Poland. If anyone can tell me exactly what that symbolizes, I would love to hear. And There's some entrance here. Looks like we can't really get in. Right now I'm at John Paul II Park in Wilda, and I thought I'd never actually been here, but I do remember there was just one random time, I think 2 years ago, that I was here and I just completely forgot about it, and it was just for a couple minutes. I would really like to walk around here, but they're being very strict about enforcing people going in the park without a really good reason, so I'm not going to venture any further, and I'm going to start making my way back. But I think when things start calming down a bit, maybe we can go here and explore a bit more. Well, this is interesting. What you see is who you are. So tell me in the comments, do you agree, or is it overly superficial? And also note we can't get past it because there's barbed wire. It's interesting. I found another one of these little shrines, but this one is kind of on a main road. So we see the painting of Jesus inside, and then the flowers and the candles. And then just the main road here that everyone's going by. Some sort of school, and you know, all the schools are of course closed down now. I think probably everything's moved online. It doesn't really look like that nice of an area, to be honest, though. Like the basketball hoops, there's no net or anything. But I guess, you know, you make do with what you have sometimes. It's not really absolutely necessary, I guess. Oh my god, oh my god. What does this say? No freedom for anus? I think this school must be doing an excellent job teaching their students English. Okay, so we're going to end here at Rynek Wildecki. Normally this would be bustling and full of people, but of course it's completely empty. Okay, so today is May 15th, and there have been a lot of changes since I was here last. So we had a video from the 17th of March and the 4th of April, and it was really, you know, pretty much totally abandoned in April. And I'm filming right now by Apteka under the, or pharmacy under the crown. Of course, you know, we know what it means, and I can't say it because right now I risk getting the video blocked if I say these sorts of words. So we're gonna take a look around, just kind of see how the area has changed in the, you know, a little bit over a month since I was here last. And it really does look different. Like, there still aren't a normal number of people, but it has come alive a little bit, of course, with the difference of masks and things now. So many people just on the streets, but definitely a lot more. You know, when you're playing this video, of course, just a few minutes ago, you know, in terms of the video you're watching, you can see what it looked like then. And this is, yeah, it's quite nice right now. It's asparagus season. I like this detail, how they're using the mannequin heads to model the masks, so I think it's pretty funny. You get some designer masks there. Dzień dobry. So there's that Sonia pet store where they had the funny cat with the stick it was biting. And I guess I can just even comment on the general atmosphere right now that, you know, I've noticed, certainly myself as a person, just getting more closed off and sort of pushed and put into my shell the more this has been going on. And, you know, part of that just, of course, due to the environment that, you know, everybody just kind of mostly has been. But I don't know, today it feels a little bit better. Like, and it's pretty obvious, you know, what it's like, because I do have my long hippie hair, so this looks different. You know, the hair places should be open, I guess, in a few days, I think. But I don't know, I think people are a little more open. I don't think it's like, it's really quite back to normal, but I think people are kind of tired of staying in by themselves. And Yeah, probably pretty soon I can just see there being a bit more of a resurgence in the sort of atmosphere. It's already starting. Some sort of issue with the car getting away the tram. Tram was honking at the car. Looks like at least wasn't an accident, fortunately. So we got a church there. A lot of people waiting at the stops. But I mean, maybe you can see what I mean with the energy. I mean, it's not like we're on some party island or something right now, for sure, but at least compared to what it was before, I think it's a very nice change. So I think we're gonna end this video with a trip to the park. So we went, last time we checked it out was when the parks were closed and you could get just an insane fine by going in them. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see what it's like now, because it's, from that perspective, totally safe. And I don't really know this park very well, so we'll just do a little check on the park and see what's there. Yeah, so this is the field. I see like a woman and a dog, someone running with a dog. So I think that this thing is kind of cool. Hotel de la Dzikie Owadu Zapilają. I don't think I did too well with the last word. That's hotel for pollinating insects. So I guess maybe bees and other things. It maybe says if we, there's a whole bunch of things up there closer. I might have a hard time kind of reading all that. I can read the title. But this is, I guess, just kind of the feel of the park. I think it goes for a really long while, and I don't want to be here too much longer, so I'm just going to check out a little bit more stuff. Maybe there's a lake or something. So I had to check Google Maps to find it, but there is a little body of water, like maybe a pond or something here. So it's kind of, yeah, it's pretty still. You can kind of see there. Maybe the water level can rise at some point, but nonetheless, I see there's a little kid over there fishing. I think that's probably, yeah. So there's still a lot of little kids playing and everything. So I think it's definitely a nice day. So I hope this was interesting, kind of the contrast between, what's happening 2 months ago, a month and a half ago now. It really feels like very quickly anything comes obsolete. You go a couple weeks or even a week sometime and the place is unrecognizable. But I really don't plan to film that much more around Poznań, to be honest. Like, I just have a couple more I'm trying to finish off, and I'll put in maybe I have a mall video I'm going to be posting later, and that changed completely because all the clothing stores started opening, so it goes from scary to not scary, like in a week period. So I think I'm just going to mostly not film too much. I'm going to post probably more from my backlog from some earlier trips I took that I haven't had a chance to post yet. But I think I'm going to go to some villages after that, because I think honestly there really is, I think, some interesting stuff to explore in villages. It's not just in the cities. So be sure to check out other videos I have. Be sure to share, like, comment, subscribe if you like this content, and I hope to see everyone in the next video.